Welcome to NYNJPA Weather, your weather source for the Northern Mid-Atlantic. I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino. Well, the main story today is high pressure. High pressure is going to be controlled today with clear skies and generally chilly conditions. Really not too bad. Temperatures in the upper 30s to lower 40s, so mid 40s over southern New Jersey. Basically, we'll be running near normal for the most part for high temperatures today. Of course, the good news is that there will be no precipitation as high pressure will be moving right over the northern mid-Atlantic. By this evening, high pressure will be off the coast, and that means we're going to start to see a southwesterly flow from all levels of the atmosphere, which means we will be warming up tomorrow back to slightly above normal temperatures in the lower to mid 40s over the New York City metropolitan area and mid to upper 40s for the Philadelphia metropolitan area. Clouds will increase tomorrow as an area of low pressure begins to develop over the southern plains and move towards the Ohio Valley. I think precipitation will hold off until late in the evening on Thursday, but a few scattered showers will be possible after the evening rush hour tomorrow. So, for the most part, over the next 48 hours or so, dry conditions can be expected. But what about this storm? Is it going to produce rain or snow? Well, let's take a look at the data. What we're looking at here is the Canadian model guidance for 18Z Friday, which is basically around 1 p.m. This is from the Penn State EOL. And I know there have been some sources, believe me, because I've gotten emails, about the potential for a moderate snowfall for New York City and Philadelphia. Let me be very clear. There is no threat at all in any way of any type of snowfall accumulation for New York City or Philadelphia. The reason why is, well, because of basic meteorological law. Remember what I discussed yesterday about a positive NAO and positive AO pattern, which is North Atlantic Oscillation and Arctic Oscillation. When these phases are positive, it is extremely difficult to get snowfall, even light snow, for the coastal regions of the northern mid-Atlantic, and it's even difficult for the interior. Now, in this case, what I'm expecting is the low pressure system to track pretty much what the Canadian model guidance is showing, which is in agreement with the European model guidance, the ensemble guidance, and pretty much all guidance except for the GFS, which has a cold bias. So, therefore, you probably would want to stay away from the GFS solution, which, by the way, is pretty warm itself. So, what I'm expecting is that this low pressure system will track through the Ohio Valley on Thursday night, with rain developing, likely becoming steady around midnight and continuing on through Friday morning and tapering off Friday afternoon. Again, for the entire coastal plain, basically the entire New York City and Philadelphia metropolitan area, I'm expecting all rain. And by the way, because there's going to be so much moisture pulling up from the Gulf of Mexico with this low pressure system, I'm looking for anywhere between 1 to 2 inches of rain, which could cause some flash flooding problems. As far as northeastern Pennsylvania, is there a chance for some snow? Yeah, there's a slight chance. Let me explain to you why this potential for snow is going to be very slim in the next couple of pictures I'm about to show. But I'm not expecting much of any type of accumulation. Now, this is the 500 millibar forecast for this time period. And what we have here circled is the strong lifting or positive vorticity advection associated with the storm. Now, when you have this red area focused more inland, that means the track of the low pressure system is going to be further inland as well, because that's where the best lifting is. And this lifting, which is in agreement on almost every model guidance you can find, and basically in agreement with physics, because there is no blocking in the North Atlantic, and our polar vortex is to the north, which means that this storm is tracking to the northwest of the New York City and Philadelphia metropolitan area. So basically, that's why this model guidance is correct, because it's physically reasonable with the pattern we have in place. So when you see this type of red area, the PVA, the lifting, focused more inland, that means that your low pressure track is going to be inland, and also the mid-level dynamics is going to be further inland, which means warmer air is going to be more likely for your location if you are to the east of that lifting. And as far as the potential for snow for northeastern Pennsylvania, as this storm leaves, cold air will be pulled into northeastern Pennsylvania. Now, the problem with this scenario is that, notice this orange down here, that's dry air. This is Friday afternoon. As this low pressure system is pulling north, the relative humidity at the mid-levels is rapidly falling off because the rain is ending. Well, what we're expecting is that as this rain's ending, it's going to mix over and change to snow. Yeah, there could be an inch or two of snow possible, maybe as much as 4 inches over extreme northeastern Pennsylvania. But really, that's going to have to be perfect timing because this cold air is going to have to be cold enough at all levels of the atmosphere, change over completely to snow, and then accumulate on a warm boundary layer, your roadways, in time before the dry air gets into your location and pretty much ends. So yeah, there's a minor threat for some snowfall. I think as you move towards the Pennsylvania-New York border, you have a better potential for accumulation of snowfall. As you move towards New Jersey, your chance is slim to none. I really don't see this as being much of a threat of snow for anyone over the northern Mid-Atlantic. However, as you move further north into central New York and into New England, different story, much colder air. But in this case, I really don't see much of a threat. After this storm leaves, this weekend we can expect a few disturbances moving through with some rain snow showers, but really not much in the way of an impact. Most locations will just see plain rain with no accumulation of snow whatsoever, even in snow showers. And then in the southern plains on Sunday afternoon, you can see our new developing low pressure system for our next storm. Now, by early next week, notice that again in the upper levels, our polar vortex is to the north, and this time over the western portions of the Hudson Bay, which means that this low pressure system is going to track inland once again because that's where the strongest lifting is going to be focused. And also this means that the cold air is going to be trapped up in Canada. Also notice there is no blocking in the northern Atlantic, which means this disturbance is going to move very quickly, and the surface low pressure system is going to move very quickly. And so that means at the surface, again, Monday night into Tuesday, it looks like another heavy rain event. This time there actually could be some severe weather with this low pressure system. The storm on Friday, maybe a few thunderstorms over the Philadelphia metropolitan area, but they'll be weak because the atmosphere is relatively stable. In this scenario, the atmosphere could be rather unstable with temperatures in the 50s, possibly even lower 60s in the Philadelphia metropolitan area. And with this type of storm track, with the cold front moving through, there's a better potential for some strong thunderstorms this time on Tuesday morning. I'm not looking at severe weather, but certainly a bit of a surprise if you're driving on Tuesday morning rush hour with some thunderstorms. It might catch you a little bit off guard, so just be careful with that. But overall, again, this is a rain event for the entire region. Notice this low pressure system is tracking towards the eastern Great Lakes. There is no way, shape, or form that any type of frozen precipitation will fall out of this storm because our high pressure is to the east, which means we have a southerly flow throughout the entire region. So it looks like we're moving into a pattern where heavy rain and flash flooding is more of a threat than heavy snow. Thank you for trusting in NYNJPA Weather as your weather source for the northern Mid-Atlantic. I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino. Have a great day.